Hello and welcome to the show. I'm your host, Ed Troxel from edtroxel.com. If we've never met before, welcome. I'm excited to have you here. And if you're new, be sure to comment down below, even if you're watching the replay. If you're listening to this live, awesome. Love to hear from you. You can email me or text me anytime over at edtroxel.com. And today I want to be able to update you around what the Live Advantage is, because you might have seen some updates on social. You maybe are on my email list and got the update as well. And I really want to break this down for you because the Live Advantage is something that I've been doing for a long time. And it's something that I recently put together for coaches. And now I get to welcome in real estate agents. That's right. Real estate agents go live is a thing now. It's the newest addition to our services. And so with that, I thought, why not use this opportunity to share with you more about the Live Advantage framework and what that's all about? Because what I have grown here online with live broadcasting is that video marketing is the way to go for business. It always has been, and even more so now. And what live streaming video has done for me, someone who used to be a total introvert, especially when it came to being online, and someone who was afraid to step in front of the camera because I was always the guy behind the camera. I wasn't that person that would be in front. I helped everyone else get in front of the camera, but when it came to my turn, I said, no, I'm good. But then I knew when I quit my full-time job at Apple, I had to get good at marketing myself, at being in front of the camera, because people need to know, like, and trust me in order for me to survive here in the online space. And that's when live streaming came up. And that's when I realized that's it. That's what I have to do. I have to market myself differently. I have to stand out from others. And the only way that I knew how was through live streaming. So that's when the Live Advantage was born, basically. And over the years, I have been doing the live streaming for myself and helping other clients here and there in different industries embrace video marketing, and more specifically, embrace going live, starting with Facebook. Now, you might be asking, why Facebook? Well, it's still the #1 social platform, and it's still the one platform that most people check multiple times throughout the day. So it's still, love it or hate it, it's still a platform that you want to be active on. Doesn't mean it has to be your primary, but you still want to be active on it. And that's what I've been teaching my clients over the years. And that's what I use inside of the Live Advantage framework. Now, the Live Advantage framework is a 5-step, easy to implement framework that allows you to easily jump into video marketing. So forget what you thought about video and creating it and being able to use video in your marketing efforts online. Forget what you thought you knew, because if you're like most people, you're probably thinking video is going to take a lot of time, money, and energy to create, and the editing alone is going to be a nightmare. And I want to squash all that. And if you've been following me, you know that that's not what we're all about. We're all about going live with a plan and with a purpose. And when you do that, you remove those layers, those extra layers of stress and anxiety and fear, because you're able to now show up more as yourself. You're able to show up more confidently and comfortably here online and bring a little bit more of your personality to your brand, which we know is so important when we're doing business, because everyone buys from somebody. It doesn't matter how good your product or service is. It matters how good you are, because you're the person that people are going to connect with. You're the person that people are going to build their relationships with. And you're the one who they're going to call when they need help. So remember, it's all about building relationships. That's why we do all of this. That's why you are showing up here. That's why you're promoting yourself on social media. That's why you're taking the time to learn what to do, to invest in the right people, to invest in the right programs, the right equipment. Like, this is why you're doing all of this, is to build relationships, because we know when we build relationships, those are what's going to carry us through till the end of time. Back at Apple, when I used to work on the sales floor, I always told people, my fellow employees, my coworkers, who were concerned about my numbers, right? Because obviously we have goals. Back in the day, we had goals. There was no commission, but we had goals. And they always worried about my numbers in terms of me not making enough sales throughout the day. And I always told them, don't worry about that. The numbers will come. I'm focused on building the relationship. And they noticed that, yes, I took more time with my customers. And yes, some customers wouldn't buy right away. However, when they were ready to buy, guess who they came back to? They came back to me. Why? Because I took my time with them in the beginning and I made it so it's not pressured sale and made it about them, because it's about them. It's about our customers, our clients, our prospects. Like, that's the beauty of building relationships, is when you can focus on the other person and not just yourself, and work together. Remember, teamwork equals success. Work together to build each other up and to provide the resources that we need in order to grow. So that all being said, that's how I look at live streaming, is that it's the next best thing to being in person. And it allows us to really step in front of our audience and attract the right people and allow them to get to know, like, and trust us before we ever get to meet them. That's the cool thing. When I was working for one of my clients locally here, we put on this big race called the Human Race. Was the biggest one in, actually, I think in the States. I can't remember, but at least in our area. And I had people coming up to me who I had never met before, yelling my name, walking up to me, "Hey, Ed, how's it going? We've seen your lives." And I had never met them before, but I had already been a part of their life for weeks because they were tuning in to the live broadcast that we were doing. Did I know that they were tuning in? Absolutely not. Most of the time, people wouldn't comment or share or like the posts, which you might be experiencing when you go live or when you share a social media post, because maybe you're not ready to go live just yet because you haven't had the right opportunity until now. And so we have to remember that the likes, the shares, the comments, those are all awesome. And we, of course, would love to have those, but we can't stay focused on those entirely, because when we do, we get stressed out and it prevents us from showing up as our true self. And when you use live streaming video to market yourself online, you are not only growing your business and your visibility, but you're growing yourself personally on the inside. It helps you become more confident in talking about you and what you offer and how you can serve others. And it really puts you front and center with your audience. And not just on social, but wherever else you show up and provide that information. So that's really what I love about the Live Advantage. And you're seeing, you're seeing some changes here on the live show. You're going to start seeing some updates on the banners for social. And if you head over to edtroxel.com, you'll see that the homepage has been updated. There's a lot of change happening, and it's good. It's all growth, and I'm excited to be there with you and to be able to help support you any way I can, whether it's free resources or paid services. That's why we're here, and that's why I'm excited to be able to share all of this with you. And I want you to keep this in mind, because as entrepreneurs, it can be extremely challenging at times to know exactly where we're going, because we think we know and we're doing the work, but we have to remember that we don't always have the exact plan laid out. Even if we think we do, there's always something else in the works, and we have to be open to that. And so I really want you to understand that we have to go in to entrepreneurship and continue to run your business with an open mind to learning and to growing, and understanding that you're going to be building your knowledge. You're going to be building your credibility, your confidence, your authority. You're going to build your services and your offers, and they're going to change over time because you're evolving, and that's a good thing. And so really make sure that you know that and that you're open to that, and understand that it's all about that relationship building. Don't worry about the likes, the comments, the shares. Worry about engaging with your audience and really showing up for them, even if they're not there yet. Maybe they haven't discovered you yet, and that's okay. We all start at zero. How do you think we grow? We started at zero, and then we continuously grow from there. You don't just come out of the gate with 100 people watching your lives, or 100 people commenting and sharing, and all of the things, right? It takes time, and it takes energy, and it takes effort. And so I really want you to understand that and know that confidence and energy that you bring to the table is what's going to fuel your fire and fuel other people and get them hyped. Just like I see Taylor's joining us live, and she's throwing up the fire emojis, which is awesome. And so this was another thing that popped up right before this live, is this quote from Steve Jobs. So I get these quotes throughout the day from various people. And this one was so fitting. So I want to read this to you, and then we'll talk more about the live advantage here. This quote from Steve Jobs, quote, "The only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking. Don't settle." And I really want you to think about that. And I'll even put that in the comments here, because that's a big one. Because, we all hear that, you got to do what you love, and those are great quotes, but it's hard sometimes when you don't know and you haven't found it yet. And I can tell you from personal experience with the live advantage, I've been doing this for years, and it's something that I have known, but up until the pandemic, I didn't realize that's something I need to focus on teaching others. So through the pandemic, it's allowed me to reshape or reframe what I'm doing and really focus in more on the live streaming and helping people with their video marketing efforts, making it simple for them. And that's how I developed the Live Advantage framework, and making it an easy to use 5 steps that's going to help you with your efforts here online and be able to actually implement. It's not just learning, but it's actually implementing. So you're going to see that pop up a lot more, is the Live Advantage, and then you're going to see it throughout the different programs that I'm offering. We had started with coaches, and now we're welcoming in real estate agents. So I'm super, super excited about that. Real estate agents go live is an option now, and that's going to help agents get more listings and be able to build stronger relationships within the community. Again, live streaming is all about connecting with others and building those relationships, and knowing that when you do that, you're going to be more effective in your marketing efforts, and you're also going to be able to get those sales, those numbers later on at the right time with the right people. It's all about showing up, delivering, and engaging with your audience. So I hope that this was helpful. This was really an updated, kind of all over the place live, but that's what we love to do here on the live show. And I'm thinking that I might be moving the live show to Tuesdays, possibly at 9 a.m. Pacific, so that'd be 12 Eastern. So then that way it can work a little bit more with scheduling. So we'll see about that. There'll be more to come on that. That literally was just a process that I was thinking right before this live. So there you go. It's a lot of fun when we can do this. And when I say we, I mean not only me here with you as well, but you showing up and listening and actually engaging and thinking, because you're going to see something or hear something in this episode that's going to spark something for you. And you may or may not act on it, and that's okay. But the fact that you're here, that you're actually giving me some of your time, it is amazing. And I've always been so grateful for that. And that is what has helped me grow both personally and professionally over the years as well. Again, when I first started, I was that introvert who thought, who's going to listen to me? Why would anybody tune into my show? Nobody's going to want to buy from me. Like, all those things came through my head. And then I realized, Ed, you got to get over yourself. Like, you got to show up. You got to just be you with a plan, because I like to have plans, and see what happens. And know that it's okay if you mess up. It's okay if your live is a little bit all over the place. Not necessarily your life, that can happen too, but your live streaming video. And so it's one of those things that we just have to be okay with things happening because it's real life, and understand that we now have the opportunity to take our real life experiences that we're used to when we walk to the coffee shop, when we meet people in person. We can take those same experiences and make slight tweaks to them and show up online and have that same thing happen. It's a really beautiful thing. So if you're stressed about social media, you're worried about trying to figure it all out, just know that you will and you can, and that it is going to get easier and it is better than what you might be thinking or feeling. It's just going to take a little bit of time and the right resources. And let's all face it, you're going to have to invest. I mean, at the end of the day, we all have to invest our time and our money and our energy in order to move forward. Because if we don't, we're just hanging out. And when we just hang out, not a whole lot happens. So remember that, run with it. And I'm thankful to have you guys here. And for those who have tuned in live, I appreciate you. If you're watching the replay, this is awesome. And I am excited for what's coming in the pipeline for all of us around the Live Advantage and how it can help you with your video marketing efforts and making it simple for you. So head on over to edtroxel.com. There's free training and did an updated video message for you as well. And if you need anything, there is a chat over there. So feel free to shoot me a chat and we will talk soon. Have a great rest of your day and we'll see you later. Take care.